Alright, YouTube, we got the first no heat call of the season. I got a trane Voyager here. RTRM steady. That's our heating board. It looks like we got a flash code of 1. Let's go down here and see. 1 flash. Communication failure. Alright. Not really sure what that's about. It doesn't look too terrible in here. You all won't be able to see that. There's a little bit of rust built up in there. But that should have given us a pressure switch failure. It doesn't really communicate with anything. I mean, maybe the RTRM. Let's get an overview of everything first. Filters are clean. Smoke detector recently replaced. Don't see any LEDs on the smoke. Everything looks okay in here, so the belt might be a little tight, but let's get this guy reset and see what happens. As always, you want to check your heat exchangers, especially on the older units. Seams and these indentions are the typical spots that rust out first. I don't see any holes on this one, so one other thing to always check is your gas regulator vent. If these things get plugged up, it won't send any gas out. So typically you get a flame failure or something. We got something there. Spiders get in here and decide they want to build a nest, so I'll have to get that cleaned out real well. Again, not sure what the communication failure is for, unless we got an issue between there and the RTRM that maybe something lost communication, but I didn't think it communicated with the heating board on these. Could be wrong, so let's get a reset. Everything else looks okay, so let's see what happens. We got a solid LED like we should have. Should have a call coming from the thermostat. And just like basically every heater, step by step, the inducer's going to start. I'm going to close the pressure switch. Once it senses all that, it's going to go through my safeties to roll out. High limit, tucked back in there. And then we should go to the gas valve. There. We got a steady heartbeat when we're running. So we're gonna come over here and get a temperature rise. Make sure we're good on airflow. Other than that, I'm gonna have to do some investigating on the communication failure. Let me know if y'all know what a communication failure could be. It does have a trane thermostat on it. It could have been a glitch somewhere between the stat and the board, or between the board and the heating board. This is the RTRM, so this is our main control for everything. And then you got your heating board. There's not much else to these. It's a pretty basic system. So I have to do some investigating, but unless I find something else, we'll call this one good. We'll check our gas pressure, make sure our temp drops, our temp rise is okay. I gotta get out of the cooling mode. So let me know what y'all think. We're gonna see a lot more of these coming up. So after a little bit of research, we are running temperature rise is okay. Burners look good and everything. Looking at my wire diagram here, this is my RTRM, the main board there. And this is my ignition comm wire. So it does communicate directly with the ignition module board. Doesn't give you a whole lot in the literature on diagnosis, but I didn't have a lockout on my RTRM. I did on the ignition board. So we're gonna call this one good for now and tag it, and just let them know to keep an eye on it. If it happens again, we're gonna have to get a new ignition board. I believe that's gonna be the problem, but my communication is these two wires here on my terminal J5. So it's single stage heat. If it was two stage, you'd have a fourth wire here. But that's what is communicating between the two boards. So we're gonna have them keep an eye on it, see what happens. Everything looks good with it at this point. It might have just been a glitch. Literature says it has to lose communication for 10 seconds, which is a long time in the communication world. So I'm not sure what happened here, but something weird going on. We might see this happen again, and it might be that bare board. So hit that subscribe button. Let me know what y'all think. We'll see y'all on the next one.